Hi ho, Kermit the... Oh wait. Hey everyone, how you doing? It's me, David, coming to you from my whiskey den here in Central Ohio. With me is Fozzie, is my buddy Whiskey. Somebody left in one of my comments on, I think it was the Johnny Drum, still my favorite video, that Whiskey and I remind them of Kermit the Frog and Fozzie Bear. Or was it Rolf the dog? I don't know, but hi ho, Kermit the Frog here for Muppet News for the Whiskey Den. And today we are going to. He's all cut, has his hair cut for the summer. It's gotten really warm out. But we are doing a first taste video review of the new Jim Beam Black 7-year aged 90 proof bourbon, which, are you going to get down? He's just, it's hot outside. I thought I'd bring him down here to cool off a bit, but a lot's been going on. We've had puppies getting adopted out. I'm gonna pour this and just let it open up a little bit. I got my little Jim Beam snifter right here. So still a screw top. So it's gonna be one of their budget line bourbons. But hey, what the heck? Why not? It's okay. Nothing wrong with a screw top, right? So this is Jim Beam bourbon. This is their mash bill of 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% malted barley. It is, I would assume it is replacing the previous version of Jim Beam Black. This, I tried at the insistence of so many people, so many comments on the channel, and I have to say this is pretty tasty and delicious. It actually has surprised me. It's like one of my favorite bourbons right now. This is at $20 here in Ohio, I believe. Now this is a 1 liter. A store local to me. I just happened to go in there. I checked the OHLQ site. It didn't show in stock, but I was looking under 750 milliliter bottles. This is a 1 liter bottle. It was like $31-ish. And I think the 750 milliliter was like $26. So for an extra few bucks, you're getting some more bourbon. And the previous Jim Beam Black was a minimum of 6 years aged. This is got an age statement of 7 years. The previous Jim Beam Black was 86 proof. This is 90 proof. So let's see what we're going to get out of it. Right, Whiskey Boy? Oh, you're just being a lazy little bugger today, aren't you? And yes, I'm doing all the talking so I can let this open up a bit. I'm going to have some fun. I think I'm going to compare this in another video to the previous version of Jim Beam Black. I'm going to compare the previous Jim Beam Black with Jim Beam Double Oak. And already I'm getting a really good, there's bourbons where I gotta put my nose to the glass to get a whiff of it, but I'm getting a nice whiff of this bourbon. Man, wow. It smells like Jim Beam, but it's got such a caramel nose and like caramel popcorn, and I'm getting a bit of that. There he goes, downsy goesy. There we are. I'm getting that malted barley. I'm getting some rice spice. It smells nice and smooth. The legs on it are really cool. Let's get this over here. I think it's opened up enough for me to take a gander at, so let's see what we got. Ooh. That is some tasty stuff. It reminds me of, which I've talked about in other videos. I've got some Jim Beam from like 1983. This reminds me of. It's got some nice sweetness up front. Getting a little touch of a barrel bitterness, I would call it, kind of on the back end. But that age on it, it's just so nice. And the proof, 90 proof. I tend to favor stuff in the 100 proof range, but this is kind of a little sweet spot for me right here. 90 proof gives it a little bit extra oomph than the 86 proof has. I don't know if I still prefer that 86er. I think both have their place. This is a really nice bourbon. Some have compared it to the Knob Creek 9-year, which I've never had. Shame on me. But this is pretty pleasant and delightful. Man, it's nice. It's kind of buttery up in the front. It's got a nice smoothness to it, but not watery. It's got a nice bite to it. It's a nice balance. It's not too light on the palate, but it's not too heavy either. It has a slight little, to me, like a syrupy type of flavor to it. I like it. Let's say for this 1 liter for $32. That's a dang fine bourbon right there. And I have to say, I want to do a video on this. I've been meaning to, but I'm kind of turned off by the more expensive stuff right now. I'm trying to really hone in on looking for good quality bourbons at a good affordable price range that's not going to break the bank. It's going to taste a little bit more expensive than, your 80 proofers or your cheap bottom shelfers, but I gotta say, this is a pretty nice, tasty bourbon. Dare I compare it right now to the previous version? Yeah, you know what? Why not? Because if you are a fan of this previous Jim Beam Double Oak, or not Double Oak, Jim Beam Black, we'll do it like this. I mean, how's it going to stand up side by side? Let this open up a little bit more. See, I'm not getting as strong a nose on the 86 proof. Like, I can't really smell a whole lot going on. Whereas, again, when I opened this and I poured it into the glass, I was smelling that bourbon, that age, that just really nice. But this, I'm not really getting much of a nose on. But I could just be blinded by the blinded by the proof. Yeah. See? That 86 proof is now, compared to the 90, a little watery on the palate. Still a good bourbon. I want to get another bottle or two of this just to kind of, just so I have it. So, because if it is being discontinued in favor of this, I want to have this on the shelf. But I don't think it's drying up anytime soon. I'm sure there's lots of stock in those stores. But I really like this. It's Jim Beam on an elevated level, but this 90 proof Jim Beam Black 7-year age statement elevates it a bit more. richer, deeper, darker. If you're a fan of this and you want something with a little bit more oomph to it, at still a good price, do not hesitate. Stock up on a few of these just so you have them, but give this one a try. It's a bit more elevated in my opinion. And to me, it reminds me of what Jim Beam was from years ago. I got a bottle from 1969. It's very reminiscent of that because they had extra age on it. Back then you're talking about like 8-year aged, maybe 12-year aged, maybe some 15-year aged. So it comes very close to the flavor profile of a vintage Jim Beam without having to spend a bunch of money on it. So there you go. My take on Jim Beam 7-year aged black from 90 proof. Thanks for the recommendations, everyone. I probably would have passed both of these by, but they are good, solid bourbons. And I have to say, my opinion of Jim Beam basically was this. This was for some years my go-to. It was the daily drinker. It's like I got home from work. In the evening, I'd have a little pour of that to unwind. But, to me, Jim Beam, it's cheap and it's everywhere. And it's a decent, definitive, solid bourbon. But, man, this just elevates it. So, you see it, buy it, try it. I don't think you'll be sorry. So until next time, it's me, David, coming to you from my whiskey den here in Central Ohio. I hope your next pour is your best pour. We'll catch you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hey everyone, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe so you can be notified of future videos as they drop. Thanks for watching.